You are live.
Oh, he's sharing.
Okay. There we go. We shared. Afternoon, folks. Hi, Kathy. I'm gonna wait for a minute. Yeah. Look at that. Bang on 4 o'clock as well.
I'm just thinking these flies are going to be annoying.
Not much we can do about it. Summertime. Hi, Sheila. Right. So we're going to crack on because we're going to be doing 3 things today. Well, I suppose 4, because the first dish is one that I tried with salmon last week. Hi, everyone. They're all piling in now. Good. Excellent. Sore shoulders. Fantastic. Hello, Sharon. Hello, Margaret. Hi, Lynn. Yeah, so I did this dish last week using salmon. So I'm going to do it again tonight, but I'm also going to use chicken because Lou is not a fan of salmon. So this effectively is 3 portions. However, me and Ella will be sharing this. It'll be a 1/3, 2/3, which is still quite a big portion of salmon for you as well. It's a 500 gram side. So it's considerably bigger portion size than the little fillets. I prefer to buy it like this because then you get 3 decent pieces. Works out, what, about 170 grams of fish per portion. So something like that. Right, yeah, so I'm going to use salmon and I'm going to use some chicken breast. But I'm going to make, and it's a really, really simple paste. And then I'm going to ninja them, so grill. In the time it takes to cook in there, I'm going to make some buttered cabbage, a quick salad, and a salad dressing. And by the time, say, the grill's finished, I'll have those 3 things ready. This isn't a challenge or anything like that. I just know that by the time this is heated, and so I'm using the grill function. So for those that don't know, the Ninja, the big one, comes with this thermometer probe. So when you use the grill function, and the preset function, and I'm going to set it for fish, even though there's chicken going in there as well, because the chicken I'm going to slice through lengthways, so it's going to be slightly thinner than a whole chicken breast. It asks you what you are cooking. So there you go, selected fish. I'm going to let that start. Right, okay. So the marinade, the sauce, whatever you want to call it, because it's just a smother. We're just going to apply this to the salmon and the chicken. So Greek yogurt, 50 grams of Greek yogurt. Now this is going to make quite a few portions. Oh, straight 50 grams. So it's going to cover the whole of this salmon and probably a couple of chicken fillets. Some mustard seeds. So I'm doing a double portion, so this is going to be a teaspoon of mustard seeds. I'm going to crush them. You could use, if you want, we've got some mustard powder. So the yellow stuff, yeah. And so the difference between the 2 pestle and mortars as well, I wouldn't use the wooden one to do this. This is basically for grinding the seeds. You can sort of see in there's a yellow flour. Did you get that?
Yeah.
Yellow powder. All right. So mustard seeds in with the yogurt. Smoked paprika. Again, teaspoon of smoked paprika. Teaspoon and a half for us because we like it. Salt. Half a teaspoon. And ginger. Some ground ginger. And a teaspoon of that. Now, the original recipe that I found for this also added sugar. And when we tried it last week, I replaced it with a little bit of sweetener. I was like, it just doesn't need the sweetener. Just doesn't need it. So it's making quite a thick paste.
Smells lovely.
Yeah, it smells great.
I think maybe did they add sweetener because of the ginger?
Maybe.
I just don't.
It just, for us,
It didn't work.
it just felt a bit strange, didn't it, when we tasted it?
Especially on salmon, I think.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't expecting like a barbecue-y style.
Yeah. So it is quite a thick, you can see, quite a thick paste. The spices have obviously thickened up the Greek yogurt. That's better without the sweet hit, definitely. Right, okay. So I reckon this will work with any sort of, you could use this for whitefish as well if you wanted. I'm keeping the salmon whole. I'm not cutting it down yet. I'm going to cook it as it is there. Let's use this spoon. And we're just going to smother the salmon.
Excellent. We're very creative.
We're very creative.
What do you do? You kind of smother it on the salmon.
You
Okay,
sort of smother it all over the salmon, yeah.
It's called smothered salmon now.
Now, obviously, what I'm waiting for with the grill is for it to reach its full temperature. Because what I want to do is when I put the salmon in, you want the skin to sizzle. So I'm just putting that on there so I can put it behind me. Right. So, chicken. I'm going to do a couple of chicken breasts. Do exactly the same. So slice it through. Open it out a little.
I reckon this will be lunch tomorrow as well.
Probably, yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then equal amounts.
So you got out of that 500 grams of salmon and 2 chicken.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I could probably have got another chicken breast out of that. I could have probably got 3 out of it, but I don't know. It wouldn't have taken much more to add a tiny bit more yogurt to it.
Mm.
Beautiful. Right. So they're ready, waiting for and the grill will beep in a minute or two, saying it's ready up to full heat. So it's actually heating up to about 220 degrees. Once the salmon goes in, cloth's moved. There is. Once the salmon goes in, it'll probably take about 12, 14 minutes to cook. That's it. So
this is one of your, you're saying dinner in 30 minutes.
Yeah, this is. I mean, the longest time. Well, the actual cooking time is way longer than the preparation time, because again, by the time that's finished, I'm gonna have the buttered cabbage ready and the salad done. Right, so buttered cabbage. There you go. Right, so we're off. Ready? I'm using the salmon for the probe. There we go. Done. Obviously, once the salmon's cooked, I will ensure that the chicken is fully cooked. I'll make sure that it's fully cooked all the way through. Because I've sliced it, because it's nice and thin, it will be cooked. I know that. Right, so right now in the supermarkets, and when I was out running in Lincoln last week, fields were full of these Savoy cabbages. They're very bright green this year, this time of year. You don't get the dark leaves. So this is what we mean by having the best source of carbs, and these are great as sides. What do you prefer tonight? Savoy or Sweetheart?
Do whatever you fancy. I'm not. Which works best as buttered cabbage?
They both work as equally as well. I'll do Sweetheart. Yeah. So there you go, Sweetheart cabbage. They are both the same in grams of carbs, sort of about 4 grams of carbs per 100. So what I'm showing you today is one meal, but with 2 different carb values. With the salad and the salmon, it's going to be 5 grams of carbs for a meal. With the salmon, with the Savoy cabbage, it's going to be closer to 10 grams of carbs. But that's it. There's not a huge stalk inside Sweetheart cabbage. You can just nick out that little bit, and then the rest of it, see how much stalk that I've taken out, the rest of it you want to use. Now I do like to, the nice thing with Savoy as well, with Sweetheart, is you can get these little ribbons. So it's a much easier cabbage to cut than, let's say, white cabbage, football cabbage. Even Savoy, to keep the leaves together, is a little bit tricky sometimes. So this one's a great cabbage to keep into nice little strips. Now, what I normally do, and what I'm going to do today as well, is I'm going to add a little bit of leek to it. So I'm going to weigh these out so you can sort of see what I'm on about. Right. There you go. All of that, which is 200 grams, one portion, 8 grams of carbs.
One big portion as well.
Well, all right, one big portion, but it's one portion. In my mind, that's one portion. So I'm going to double it up. So I'm going to make this up to 400. There we go. Right. And I'm going to add some leek. That's okay, Karen? You're excused. So again, we just, yeah, fine. So I'm going to use half a leek, using the sweeter end.
Yeah, leek and Sweetheart cabbage work really well.
Yeah.
Plenty of pepper.
So again, thinly sliced, So in total, this bowl, which is going to be 2 portions, is just a fraction under 20 grams of carbs. There we go. So, going to give it a quick wash. Whilst that's just rinsing through, let's get some butter on the go. $10 to 15 grams per portion. That's 21 grams. That's enough. That's fine. Hi Vic, how you doing? Right. The only thing you need to add to this once it starts cooking, black pepper. Sorry.
Yeah, you mean that way to give you this. There you go. Is it still rainbow peppercorns or is that just like?
No, that's. There might be a few rainbow ones that's still in there, but that's predominantly black pepper.
Yeah.
All right. Butter melted. Afternoon, Mr. Wright. Myself and Ella were both cursing you this afternoon while we were doing low impact session. You would not have been impressed with our lunges. In fact, here's an example of our lunge this afternoon. Because my quads haven't recovered yet. Right. Nice heat, butter in there, stick a lid on it, leave it alone for a couple of minutes. There's plenty of moisture in there to start the cooking process. That will only take a couple of minutes. Right, salad. So I'm going to do just a quick mix salad in here, but I'm going to make a dressing to go with it. So again, this works out 4 grams of carbs. This is the side that I'm going to be having with my salmon. I'm doing 2 portions, although that's, Christ, not even there yet. That's 1 portion of leaves, you know, for the salad. I think when people actually think about what they eat during the summertime, they naturally go low carb anyway, because this is what we would have always done anyway. We'd have had salad with... Right, it's telling me to flip it. I'm going to ignore it because I don't want to turn the salmon over. However, it's cooking beautifully, so I'm just going to ignore that for now. I'm going to add some red pepper. Maybe to 0. Yep, 60 grams of red pepper. About 4 spring onions. And a couple of these little baby cucumbers. They're all going to get chopped up, chucked into the salad. However you like your salad items, whether you want them finely diced, little strips, whatever you want. I do like these little baby cucumbers. Yeah. Yeah. back to the cabbage. Ella's filming this in 3 different... I'm not sure how you're going to separate this. I'm just going to give it a big shake. It smells great.
Yeah.
There's lots of liquid in there. Right, I'm going to get some pepper in there. So it started to sort of shrink down.
Not as bad as spinach, though.
No, it doesn't wilt like that. Lots of black pepper. Or as much as you enjoy. Right, I'm going to leave the lid off it now because there's a little bit of moisture in the bottom of the pan. I want to get rid of that. But again, that's pretty much done. It's clean. They're fairly clean and fresh, these ones. Don't need much coming off it. Just done what's in the Ninja Grill. Yes! I'm going to be doing pork scratchings very soon in the Ninja Grill to show people, because I've got a slightly different cooking method. Right, it's telling me it's ready. Just going to let it rest. Get food, it says, get food. Right, there are the hollow bits. Right, okay. So, bowl of salad. 10 grams of carbs for the entire bowl. Let's have a quick look. All right, this looks great. I'm going to test the chicken with my other thermometer, but I am just going to leave it in here for another couple of minutes. So it's going to carry on cooking anyway. Chicken's cooked. It's at 75 degrees. I don't need to worry about it. Right, okay, the very final thing, because the cabbage is now cooked. Doesn't seem to be getting to full heat, this. Or whether there's just a bit of moisture to get rid of. Last thing, vinaigrette. So, I'm cutting the portion size down from what's in the book. Okay. Okay. Right, and I'm also using a combination of light olive oil and MCT oil. You can just use the light olive oil. So 60 mils. 60 grams of light oil.
How can you use in the light stuff and not the other stuff?
For the salad?
Yeah.
Just it hasn't got a strong flavour.
So is it just flavour?
Yeah, it's just flavour. 15 grams MCT. So it's a great way of getting MCT in. Oh, thought I had the apple cider vinegar. Nope. I'm using this apple cider vinegar. It's not a very strong one, so it's not one that I will use for my electrolytes. But I'm quite happy to use it as a cooking vinegar.
Keep waving it around.
Sorry, I'll show you in a second. 25 mils. So it's just apple cider vinegar with the mother. MCT, medium chain triglyceride. I'll have to go into that conversation some other time, or we'll have it in the members group. But it's a great way of getting in some really good fats into your diet. Little bit of garlic powder. Little bit of mixed herbs, Italian mixed herbs. And a little bit of salt. And obviously this is a salad dressing made out of oil and vinegar. It'll keep for ages. this has got a paddle to it, so it's not a blade. The blade's hidden. The blade's hidden underneath. So the paddle is like a whisk. So it's just whisked it together. So it will emulsify a little bit. You can sort of see it's gone all milky. Goes slightly creamy effect, so it's the thicker. It's not just oil. So that's a great way of making your own salad dressing to avoid all the sugar that they add into. Even the oil-based ones, you'll find that they'll be adding sugar into it. You know, that's about 10 portions in there, so you know, I didn't actually measure it out as to the volume of liquid. It's over 100 mils, just short of 100 mils. Okay, about 10 mils per portion. Yeah. Right, here we go. There we go. Get some nice golden bits in there. Right, so that bit's done.
And when you get the salmon out, can you just do a recap?
Yeah, okay.
I missed the part where you said maths.
Oh, okay, no problem. Just gonna move some of this, and then we can show you the finished. So there you go. That's the meal cooked in half an hour.
Yeah, good.
I don't think Darren's watching anymore, but I'm walking around like I've got concrete thighs. Move all of this stuff out of the way. Look at that. All right, there we go. So we've got a side of salmon and a couple of chicken breast fillets which I've sliced in half and opened up, so I butterflied them. The marinade was made with yogurt, paprika, ginger, mustard seeds, ground mustard seeds, and a little bit of salt. And I don't know if I said Greek yogurt then, but mixed in with some Greek yogurt. That made enough, so 50 grams of Greek yogurt made enough to sort of portion out across these three. That's probably 4 to 5 portions of protein on the plate there. Yeah, average sizes, 4 to 5 portions. It'll be 4 in this house, but some people may stretch that to 5. We've got the buttered cabbage. So as a meal, portion of chicken and the buttered cabbage, or the chicken breast and the buttered cabbage.
You just said chicken twice.
Sorry, did I? So the salmon and cabbage, chicken and salmon and cabbage, 10 grams of carbs for a portion of each. That's 2 portions in there. With the salad, which is what I'm having tonight, so half of this bowl of salad with, I'm having 2/3 of that salmon fillet there and a little bit of dressing, effectively 5 grams of carbs. It'll be 80 grams of protein, and I'm not sure what the fat is, but there's plenty there anyway, and I'm adding a little bit extra. There you go. So a 10 gram of carb dinner cooked in half an hour, or under 10 gram of carbs. Are we done? Mm-hmm. There you go. Fantastic. You all get half an hour free. What are you going to go do with yourselves? Right. See you later, members. Activity chat tonight. See you later.